Welcome! Let me show you my two Haworthia attenuata plants. They are also called zebra plants because on the bottom of the leaves they have stripes. And because they are white, and because zebras have white stripes too, that's why the name. They belong to the same species, these two plants. One is here, one is here, but there is a big difference between them. One grows really nicely, this one, and it produced two flowering spikes, and even though flowers of Haworthias are not necessarily very decorative, they are quite small, quite insignificant. Here is a flower. However, it did produce flowers, so it indicates that it's a happy plant. And this one is growing, but I cannot say that it's growing nicely. The bottom leaves are turning brown, and I had to remove many of them already, and there will be some that will fall quite soon. So where is the secret for that difference? Where is the secret for one plant growing really nicely and thriving and the other one being quite miserable and unhappy? Well, I just discovered what it is. I really like to plant my plants in clay pots. And I got this one from someone. It was in a pot that is not necessarily very attractive. So I put the plant in this beautiful jug, and look what happened. Okay, at the very bottom of this jug there is water. When I was watering this plant, not all the water stayed in the pot. There was no saucer, so the excess of water was accumulating on the bottom of this jug, and the roots sensed humidity and they penetrated the holes of the pot, and they are taking the water from the bottom of this jug, and the soil inside the pot, well, I sometimes was watering it, but most of the time was completely dry. Here, however, I was watering this plant, and because the pot is quite wide, I was watering it from above, because it stays on a saucer, but the saucer is barely larger than the diameter of the pot, so I couldn't have watered it from the bottom, from below, and I must have sometimes made the entire plant wet. I'm guessing that's the reason. I'm guessing some of the water was accumulating and was staying for too long in the socket that the leaves were creating between the stem and the base of the leaf. And this is what happened. I keep both of those plants inside all year round. I keep them in different rooms as well, and the one that grows so nicely is less easily accessible than the unhappy one. So maybe the neglect was really what this plant needed as well. What I will also do after making this video, I will remove the flowering spikes, because the flowers stay on the stems for a long time. They start at the bottom, and then as the spike grows longer, new flowers develop closer to the tip of it, and when the flowers that opened first fade, new ones open, and the spike can stay on the plant producing new flowers for a very long time, and it's quite an effort for the plant to produce flowers. And then, if the flowers are fertilized, the plant will give all its energy to produce seeds. And as a result, the body of the plant will stop growing. So in order to make the plant itself grow larger, I will remove the flowering spikes, because it's not my goal to collect seeds from it. Okay, so this is my plant. These are my plants, Haworthia attenuata, also called as zebra plants. And I think it's quite interesting to see how a plant from the same species, grown in different conditions and only slightly different conditions, can develop into two completely differently looking plants. And it also shows how important the proper care and the proper environment for a houseplant is. Thank you very much for watching my video. Have an amazing afternoon.